Hello everyone, Spidey Fist here, and I'm going to be doing a review today on Mutant Madness for the mobile. It's a TMNT game. It's the first TMNT game we've gotten in a little while, and it's the last one we know about coming for a little while. So, let's get right into the review. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the art style for the characters. They all look really cool. They went with like this kind of like chibi, cartoony look where they all have like these like big heads like over proportion for like their body, and they went with like the old '80s like style for the turtles and like all the characters. So I do like it. I think that it looks super cool, and I hope that that means in the future, whenever they start doing updates for the game and they start hopefully releasing like new characters and stuff, maybe we'll start seeing other versions, like maybe like the movie versions, or like how they did for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Legends, where they did like the black and white turtles and stuff like that. But I mean, this game it's super cool, and it seems like it's getting a lot of support right out the gate. So hopefully that means that this game is going to be successful and that we are going to get a bunch of characters in the future, because I can think of several that I would really like to see. Next, we'll kind of talk about like how the game plays. It is just an idle fighter. You can turn on the option to go full auto, or you can actually like push the attack button whenever each character gets their little special. And the specials do look cool, and I really like that every character's special kind of has like a different effect. Like Michelangelo's special, he does like this big flippy spinny thing, and he comes down and like hits everybody with the nunchucks who's around him, and it stuns them as well as it does a fair amount of damage. And then they have like smaller like special attacks that they do. Like Michelangelo and Leonardo have one where they both like kind of spin and like hit everybody around them. And then like Leatherhead throws like a bear trap thing out and it stuns them. So the characters play very differently, and it's cool because you get in and you get to like make the team that you want kind of like play the way that you want to do it. If you want to add like a whole bunch of disruption early on, you can do that. So that way you can be like much lower than the story mode and then still win, just because those people from the story mode can't get attacks off on you. I guess next we'll talk about like the actual modes. So you do have a story mode that goes over like the adventure, I guess adventure mode is what it's called, and it goes over like multiple chapters, and it actually tells a little story where as you complete chapters and things like that, you're actually going to be getting like little comic book strips, and I think the comic book strips look really cool, and it tells like a little story to kind of get you through the story. There's also like a PvP mode, and it's not really PvP as much as like you're fighting their characters, kind of like how other games have done, where the PvP is just like it's still player versus computer, but you're fighting against the player's characters for the computer. So that's cool. You can join a clan. And the clan, there's really not that much going on with it. Maybe they're going to have more to do with that in the future, but you can get onto a clan. There's ones that have like open enrollment, or you can apply for some. And then you're going to have like your little events area, and in the events area you're going to have like your season pass, your dimension class, and things like that. And the dimension class, of course, is your PvP, and then there's like little economy events like based on like what you've spent so far. Right now the season 1 economy event is going on for 6 more weeks, so I guess in 6 weeks we'll go into season 2. I will talk about like one negative that I have for this game. Well, I guess the biggest negative. Then I have another little negative I'll talk about. The biggest negative for this game is the fact that there's not much to play in it at the moment, because aside from adventure mode, like if you get to a point where you can't progress in adventure mode anymore, like your characters just aren't strong enough, you have to wait, and the game is pretty generous with its rewards, especially if you like watch the ads that pop up. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff, and you're not really going to hit this problem like very often, but you will hit it every now and then where like you want to keep playing, but you don't have strong enough characters, so you're forced to either buy a pack or wait until like your free rewards or the things from your lab give you like the resources that you need to level up your characters and level up your lab in order to be strong enough to go on. But that's not that big of a deal if they would just have more game modes, okay? Because you only get to play the Dimension Clash 5 times a day. And then the adventure, I mean, there's no energy counter. However, if you can't progress in the adventure, you can't progress in the adventure. I am on Adventure 10, 13, and I'm slowly moving through them. I've only been playing the game for a couple days since it released. So, I mean, it's not like it's taken me that long to do it, and I'm only kind of playing it here and there. but I would like more ways to play the game. And I think that that's a good thing about the game. It's a good thing to say that one of my biggest problems is that there's less game. Like, I don't have enough game to play because I want to play more of it. And then probably like my second issue, and it's not that big of an issue, I wish that there would be like sub things like Michelangelo stronger with Leonardo stronger with Donatello. Now there is ways to balance, but there's no buffs that you get for being with those other characters. And to me, I feel like that's kind of like if you built like a foot team, I think that the foot team should get like bonuses and stuff like that. But that's not that big of a deal because the game is cool, and with them leaving it kind of open like that, you can really make just any team that you want with like your favorite characters, and it's not that big of a deal. Next, we'll talk about the lair, where you have like your little lab and stuff like that. So in the lair, you're going to have your ooze refinery, your scrap collector, your research lab, your season pass, dimension class, clan hall, advanced lab, your dojo, your workshop, and then it has some space down there at the bottom as if they're going to have more things added in as the game goes on. And remember, the game's only been out like this month. It hasn't been out that long. There's still plenty of time for them to do a lot of stuff, and honestly, I'm so excited to see where this game goes. Lastly, I'm going to talk about like the roster for the heroes, because this roster is huge. The roster is giant. There are so many characters. There's so many cool characters, and I mean the fact that there's all of these characters at the launch of the game really does bode well for the future. In hopes that clearly I think that they should put more heroes in, but even if this is the only roster of heroes that we get, which I highly doubt, I mean, it's still a very, very good roster of heroes. So at the end of the day, it's a free-to-play game. It's not very greedy. You get to watch ads and stuff to get multipliers. The characters are cool. The characters look great. The game is fun. It's just basic idle. It is you can pick it up and put it down at any time. So I highly recommend that you download this game. Now, I will say that I'm speaking from a very strong point of bias because I love the Ninja Turtles. So this game was going to be a play for me regardless. But I'm only reviewing it because I liked the game. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Make sure to ring that notification bell so that way you can stay up to date with the things that I'm doing. But I'm Spidey Fist, and I'm out of here.